In ESS 101W, we will be using the Strava fitness app to document walks. Go to your mobile phone app store and search for Strava. Once you locate it, install it, then launch it, set up a login for yourself, username and password, and make sure you grant it access to your location services. Give it permission. Here you can see I'm going into my Android location permission to check to see that Strava has got the necessary permission. If not, then I'd have to scroll to the bottom of the list and give it the permission that Strava needs to access the GPS. To set the app to miles, go to the bottom and click on Profile, then go to the top right and click on that gear. Scroll down to Display, click on Display, click on Units of Measure and choose Imperial. That will set Strava to use miles. When you get to where you're going to walk, click on Strava and open it. At the bottom, click on the Record button at the bottom center. That will then take you to the start. If you click at the top left on Settings, you can check to see what your settings are. Those are my settings that you see there. Go back and you can click on Start and the screen will look like this. Now the screen will remain this way until it gets a set of satellite fixes to determine what your average pace is, how far you've gone, and the time that you have elapsed so far. But you can see that I've started to move on the track there from where I started, the green dot. With the GPS tracking my position, it's very accurate. Now here I am at mile 2, about 25 minutes into my run, and I'm getting ready to shut down my run by clicking on the square at the bottom center. Now I'll click on Finish on the right, and that will then take me to a screen that will allow me to fill in information about my run. I'll probably put in some basic information about my run, the day. I did add a photo, but I had forgotten that I'm not on Wi-Fi, and so the photo won't upload because I'm currently not on Wi-Fi and not on a package. You can see it at the top of the screen. But I can still fill this out and click Save, and the app will keep this information stored locally until I get onto Wi-Fi again. It'll do the same for you. I like to sometimes add a picture, and I've done that here. Picked a picture to add to it. It won't upload because I'm offline, but I can go back and add it later. And with that done, then I'll click on Save, and it will say it's one unsynced activity. You can see that at the top. That's all right. It'll synchronize later when I get onto a Wi-Fi network error. Just ignore that error message. Your run is perfectly fine. Now I'll go home to where I have a Wi-Fi signal. You can see that now at the top of my screen. And as soon as I open up Strava, it'll actually already be working on synchronizing that run I just did. And there's my run, replete with my typographic error on the date. But notice the picture I picked didn't show up. That's because you cannot add a picture when you're offline. But you can go back and add that later if you really want to. And I'll be able to follow you, you'll be able to follow me, and so I'll know when you've walked and how far you walked. You walk 5 days a week, 1 mile, just a mile. That's all you're trying to do, 1 mile, 5 days. It's the regularity that's important. So walk safe, basic care, log your miles 5 days a week, and please ask if you have any questions.